Hey guys, Bam here. Super excited to share with you my new Atlas strategy. Been working great for me. It's an Atlas strategy that's focused on getting a ton of t17 and Guardian maps plus the synthesized maps. Personally, for me, it's been great. And here I'll just show you one of the maps I did and what loot I got from it. Just note that you need a lot of DPS to do this because you need to kill Conquerors. You could technically do this on non-influence maps, so non-guardian maps, but the profit is the highest when you're doing it on the Conqueror maps. And by the way, you will over-sustain the Conqueror maps, so you don't have to buy from other players. You'll be able to get way more maps, way more Conqueror maps than you're able to use, so don't worry about it. So yeah, most of our profit comes from T17, um, Guardian maps and synthesize, plus corpses, of course, why not? Or if you want to craft with them, you can also do that. And also a bunch of Scarabs. So yeah, here you can see I'm just clearing a map. And you will notice I'm dropping a bunch of maps. Here we can see a Citadel map. Trying to clear it before not actually dying. Because sometimes it will happen, you will die. Since there's so many bosses in those maps, sometimes you might die, so... On hardcore, I'm not sure for the strategy, but on softcore it's great. Pretty much we're picking up every single map. Also, if you noticed, we're dropping a bunch of unique maps. Here we can see the Bone Crypt. The advantage of this is that you get a bunch of currency, but something that's annoying is that you are not actually picking up like the right map for you every time. Because we're witnessing with Maven, we have to rotate maps. Or when doing Conquerors, you can actually do only Conquerors, but if you want to buy, let's say, a specific map with Conqueror, it might be hard to do so. So as I said, what we're doing instead is just sustaining the Conquered maps and then running them over and over. Yeah, because Veil Fry bosses take some time to do, so you're actually losing some time there, but then again, we're making so much currency through all the sales of the maps, mainly to see how crazy it gets. And yeah, and sometimes those will be t17, so imagine how much profit we're actually making. So yeah, bosses with a lot of face can be annoying, but still, since we're making so much currency per map, it's okay. Of course, if you can run the maps with the best layouts, but then again, we have to kill everything in the map because some of the monster packs will be replaced by a Atlas boss. So we need to clear those packs, which will be, as I said, an Atlas boss. Alright, now we have the Conqueror. As I said, we need a lot of single target DPS. The Shrine buffs will help us, but still, you need a studied build. And yeah, sometimes, as you can see here, we actually drop some Exalted Orbs, Influence Exalted Orbs. It's cool, but don't count on it. It's pretty rare. I would say 1 in every 6 or 8 maps, maybe, we get an Exalted Orb. It depends on the quantity on the map too, so yeah, don't stress out if you don't find any Exalted Orbs. And now we'll find a last Atlas boss, and as always, he will drop a unique map. By the way, about T17 maps, you're always better selling in bulk. Same for the Guardian maps. They sell for more in bulk, so if you just stash them into your tabs and list it a bit higher than the normal price, every once in a while someone will buy all of them in bulk and you will actually get more currency for it. So you save time, plus you make more currency. Alright, for the Atlas, this is what I'm working with. You could work on something different, but there are some key things you need to have to make it worthwhile. You have to have this in, some remarkable relics, just to get better Scarabs. Also this, final boss in each map has 25% chance to drop an additional Scarab, and I'll talk about it later and why we use this. But you need the classic Conquerors, Remnant of the Past, and Vivid Memories. So this is super important. Also, you need Destructive Play because we're only using Maven. We're not using any other influence. And the rest is just we need like this helps getting more corpses in our all fames. And then we need all the points in shrines. As you can see here, we have all the points in shrines except this one. You could get it, but personally my build can die when I actually put this on because of the shrine debuff, like taking more damage. So I'm not picking it up, but you could. Also, you could pick up the Truff Exploration. But personally, most of the time when I arrive at the boss, I have like still monsters left, and I don't think it's worth it. But if your build like is super fast and you actually clear bosses pretty quickly, you could. It doesn't change a lot, but it adds some loot to the last boss if you have 50 monsters, less than 50 monsters. All right, then as always, this getting more corpses and our crafting corpses. And all those are actually useful. So shipping the mountains, mounting modifiers, shipping the skies. Oh yeah, and this final boss in each map has 5% drop, 5% chance to drop an additional connected map. And T1 to 15 have 10% chance to become 1 tier higher. So this will not work for T17, but still we're getting a bunch of maps. So yeah, and the rest is just up to you. Personally, I went with getting all the quantity because we want as many maps as possible and some Scarabs. So that's it for the Atlas. Now we'll look at what Scarabs we were using. All right, now the most important part, the Scarabs and Maven Influence. Plus, we need to have um, domination on our crafting map. Okay, now I explain why it's like a whole package. So the first one is 30% chance to duplicate maps, and as I said, we get a bunch of maps, so this is super useful. No, worth noting, this does not work on unique maps, so you will only get a single map every time. You can end up drop double uniques. Okay, now here's the big one. So shrines in area are guarded by an Atlas boss, so we're getting more Atlas bosses, and modifier to the final boss also apply to these bosses. Meaning, like as I said, like all those getting more stuff and getting scarabs and getting all those maps work on all the bosses that you will see in your maps. So yeah, this is kind of crazy. And also, if you're using the crafting device to add some more shrines, you will get more bosses. So yeah, that's pretty good. And here we have monster packs in area, 15% chance to be replaced by a random Atlas boss. So once in every 7 packs, we will get an Atlas boss. So again, all those modifiers, all the chance of dropping those maps will be added to this, and also more chances of getting T17. And then for the last one, we have this one, but this one could be replaced to have another one of those, 30% chance to be duplicated. The reason why is that we dropped so many unique maps with this strategy using this Scarab. At one point, I think all unique maps will be kind of worthless. And they're tedious to sell because most people are buying unique maps only buy one at a time and they sell for a few. So at one point you could change it, but for now I'm still using this because we have some of the like curse script and is it temple that's worth a bunch of currency still, like 30 and 20 chaos. So it's still worth it, but yeah, at some point we would maybe change this. So yeah, this is why we're making this build, this Atlas build, and yeah, why it works so much. And as you can see, we get a bunch of maps and we duplicate them by a lot. Remember, if you're using this Scarab, you could change it for another of chance to duplicate. But if you're using this Scarab, make sure you use the domination on your map because like it will add 3 more bosses to your map. Okay, now why are we doing Conqueror maps. It's because of this, the invitation. Now that it's free, it's even better than it was used to be because you don't have to like gamble on getting it or not. It's just some added benefit to the strategy. And we can actually get a couple of awaken gems. Of course, we cannot get the best one, but still. And decrease in splatters. Yeah, as we can see, awaken Vicious Projectile. Also, when you're doing Conqueror maps, it gives you a progression into your Conquerors, of course. As you can see, the Maven Invitation, the Elder Slayers. But it also gives you one normal Maven and Maven progression because it also counts for the original map. So yeah, you can do the 10 ways too after. And again, you can get some awaken gems, get some more maps, and also 2 or 3 crystal splinters. It's not that much for the 10 ways, but still, you can do it if you want. Just added currency, and if you have a fast build, it goes pretty fast. So yeah. Alright, with all that being said, now what's the cost of doing this? Those scarabs go for about 15 to 25 chaos, depending on how many you want to buy at once. Those ones go for 10 to 12 chaos, maybe 15 if you buy in bulk. And this one is like 5 chaos, I think. Yeah, like 5 chaos. And that one is like 1 chaos or 2. So yeah, as you can see, maybe 50 chaos including, you have to remember if you want to do this on Conqueror maps, well, you have to have those. But if you don't, just use normal maps. And make sure you use a different map because if you're doing it under Maven, you want to use a different map every time. So it can be annoying to change maps because you can't just run Jungle Valley or Dune over and over and over. You actually have to change maps. But if you're doing Conquerors, don't worry about it. It will always work. But it will not count for this progress if you're doing a map. Let's say you're doing Jungle Valley twice with different conquerors. It will not count towards this twice, but it will still be a Maven Witness, so you will get up to 3 more bosses at the end. So yeah, try this out and let me know. Personally, I've made like so much currency with this, over 20 divines per hour selling. T17 is the most profitable part, but you also get some exalted orbs, so influence exalted orbs, and also some awakened gems every once in a while. And yeah, personally for me, it's been a blast. I really enjoyed that playstyle too, so yeah. Hopefully this can help you get rich, and as always, take care guys.